Okay, we're absolutely delighted to be joined live from Sweden by Greg Hancock. Greg, the first question is the obvious one. Bring us an update. How's it feeling right now?
Things are going pretty good, man. I mean, it's one of them things that every day gets better and better, and the more days that I've had right now, I want to say it makes my chances of being as fit as possible and as strong as possible going into Stockholm next week. So for me right now, it's just to keep fighting, keep having treatment twice a day, and feeling good.
Is this the worst injury you've ever had in your long and glittering career, Greg?
No, I definitely have had worse injuries, but we make kind of a joke about it, all of us, that I had this crazy streak of Grand Prix events that all came to a sudden halt because of a finger.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's the only thing is that the finger was so badly swollen, and I couldn't break my finger like anybody else. I had to break it in 3 different places and cause all sorts of other little issues in there too. But that's the only reason why I had to say no. And I think people like Ty that's had this injury and stuff like that, he understands too. But last year was a crazy year for him. He had his collarbone broken and operated on and rode within 2 weeks. And I've blown out my ACL on my knee and rode 2 weeks later, and here I am with a broken finger, and it feels really silly, but it is what it is. And, you need your hands. They're a crucial part of holding the bike.
Yeah, and did you watch the meeting on the TV from Voyens, Greg? And what were your emotions? What were your thoughts?
I didn't watch one heat, man.
Okay.
I didn't watch any of it. I actually took the night off and I went into downtown Stockholm with a couple of buddies and put my head between my legs and tried to cheer up all night long, But I've never had to say no to a race like this because of an injury, and that was probably the worst decision I've ever had to make in my career, to say no when my whole body was okay. It's just my finger was hurt. So I didn't watch it, and I tried not to pay attention, more because I was so depressed that I couldn't go out there and compete, and had such a great run all year, and then one little accident can put everything to such a halt.
Now you know the result, and when you found out the result and you still had a lead of 7 points, it's all bunching up, to be fair, though, but how do you assess it now, Greg? What were your thoughts when you discovered the result?
It's one of them things. Of course, I'm excited to still be in the lead and still have a good shot at chasing the title, but it's you take guys like Kastrusak and Nicky and of course Ty lately too. I mean, a lot of these guys have had injuries that have slowed them down quite drastically, and you can see what can happen in a year. I don't think we've ever seen a Grand Prix that's in history that's been like this, where the top run of guys have all been injured at some stage, and now it's back to anybody's game again. So it's almost like game on, fair play once again. So it's tight, and I know that it feels good to still be there, but there's no room for taking a rest.
I know you're obviously having daily treatment, if you like, or you're taking it day by day, Greg, but at this particular stage, can you give us what the likely chances are of you lining up in Stockholm? That's the plan, I assume, but what are the chances?
The chances are great, it's the biggest thing right now is we've got the swelling down, and they're going to take out the metal work next week too, which will obviously give me a lot more movement. But treatment is going good, and everything is starting to work now. I'm actually riding on my bicycle, and I'm able to drive the car with my hand again now too. So it's all about how do I put it lightly? It's just about I need a little bit more time to get it so I can get a good grip on the bars and feel confident of just dropping the clutch and knowing that I've got full control of this thing.
Yeah, and it's a fairly local GP for you next up, of course, in Stockholm, Greg. So how special would that be to do so well in that meeting, so close to your European base?
Well, for me, it's everybody knows that I'm kind of a big fan of the Swedish lifestyle, the culture, and of course the sports here too. So I've always wanted to win a Grand Prix in Sweden. I never have, and right now I'm just happy to be able to have the chance to compete there next week. So to win the thing would be a massive bonus, but I'm going there to take points for this time.
Okay, Greg, we wish you well, and it really is great of you to give up some time to talk to us, and fingers crossed, if I'll pardon the pun, fingers crossed.
Thanks. I can cross a lot of other things, trust me.
Great stuff, top man.